Another issue is the former governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, and the current governor of Edo State, Monday Okpebholo. So there's been some recent back and forth. So recently, Governor Obaseki in the UK has been meeting with people of Edo State origin in the UK, and he has been making some comments. He said that since he lost, since the election, he wasn't contesting again. It was the second term, so he himself did not lose. But the candidate he picked to run for governor under the platform of the PDP, that person lost. And the APC candidate, Monday Okpebholo, won in governor. So Godwin Obaseki says since that time, and since he left government, that when he was leaving, he prepared a transition document and wanted them to meet put up a transition team to meet with the Okpebholo, prepared documents and all that. But it appears that the Okpebholo's team were not quite cooperative. And that since he left as governor, being a while now, close to a year, that he has not said anything about the administration of Okpebholo. He just kept quiet, that he allowed them to be doing their thing. But now that he has to say something, that Governor Okpebholo is sending people, is paying people to come and attack him, to come and attack persons that are close to him, and that there's one Albert who is one of like an aide or supporter of Obaseki, said the Albert was slapped in a public event or something like that. So former governor Godwin Obaseki said he is no longer going to keep quiet, that he's going to fight back, and that the governor sponsored talks to attack diplomats. What was the word he used? To attack, there were people that came, he used the word diplomats. There's a center which he helped establish, and that talks were the foreign people that went to the place and they were attacked by dogs, that paid people were being sent to attack his own people in different parts of the world, like in Manchester, that's going to fight back. The Governor Okpebholo on his own part has been saying that Godwin Obaseki cannot come to Edo State, that people of Edo State are against him because he didn't do anything for them. It was in line in that same interview that Governor Okpebholo said that he's going to resign as governor if he cannot deliver Edo State for President Tinubu in 2027. Then there's this Arise News political analyst, political correspondent, Somna Sambo, that said that he's surprised that the governor would say that. The governor to say, if I don't perform well for Edo State people, I will resign. He's saying that if he doesn't deliver votes for Obaseki, that the mandate that was given to him by the Edo people. So the point is, there's this back and forth between Obaseki and Governor Okpebholo. So I don't really know much about what's the strides of Okpebholo, Governor Okpebholo in Edo State, about what he's doing in the government, his achievements. I don't really know much, but I do know that he's been using talks. There's been report of talks. Imagine people come from other countries to attend, to go to a place, and they have been attacked, which is quite unfortunate. Bringing the politics of thuggery, sponsoring talks, instead of bringing policies to help those youths to get jobs, to get something doing, paying them and sponsoring them as talks to attack other people. to attack foreigners. And do you want foreign investment in the state? Do you want to attract foreign investment in your state? How do you do that? By attacking foreigners. Even if something was done by the previous government, shouldn't be government is a continuum. Godwin Obaseki was governor for 8 years. It cannot be that things that he set up, the current administration will now go against it. Because it's difficult to, Edo State doesn't really have a lot in terms of the allocation to the state is not so much compared to other states. In terms of the industries and companies and things like that, they are not really there like that, you know. And providing employment for people is not easy. For the government to provide employment, you have to invite in, you have to bring in private sector, you have to attract foreign investment, you have to attract businesses. And taking matters into your own hands, sponsoring talks, that is no way to attract businesses. And you cannot provide employment for everybody. You can't. The state cannot pay. You need businesses to thrive. You need them to come in. And those businesses that you create an enabling environment for them, when they come in, is those businesses that will employ people. If there are things that are set up by the Obaseki administration, it's not about sending talks in. It's about seeing if there are things that need to be done, you can be civil about it. It's not sending talks. Can't you, if something was not done right, are there no legal process to be taken? Are there no, should you send talks? If you send talks, you give them money to go and cause mayhem and this thing. Tomorrow, when those talks, they don't get that kind of money again, what do you think they are going to do? They are going to go into the street. They are going to terrorize innocent people. Because because they are not getting enough from the government again, you know. So we are talking about insecurity. The governor at the point said he's going to fight cultism, he's going to fight all that. Sponsoring talks, sponsoring people to cause mayhem and chaos. How is that fighting cultism? Cultism and all those other things leads to more violence. Sponsoring people to go and scatter and disrupt things, that is also causing violence. If you are sponsoring some form of violence, how do you fight other forms of violence? There are proper ways of going about this. If proper documentation was not made, there are ways they can be challenged. If people are using lands they are not meant to have, there are ways that the government of Okpebholo can go about it. There are civil ways of handling things. You have civil servants, you have career civil servants, you have people who knows about the process of handling these things. You don't need to be sending talks. The use of talks, it sets a very bad message. Because what about those people who have qualifications, who've gone to school, who they finished, they are looking for a job? What kind of message do you send when you are using talks to beat up people? So you are sending a message that okay, you shouldn't go to school, all you just need to do is to be in the street, being a thug, being in a marketplace, being in a city center and being a thug. That shouldn't be it. Sponsoring form of violence against some people while trying to prevent violence in other areas, it doesn't work. There has to be an holistic and genuine this thing. Provide employment for people. When people have employment, when you create an enabling environment and there are businesses and people have employment, then they won't have time for thuggery. They won't have time to be touts, you know. All these things they do where, okay, you want to collect levies from people and then you now use stocks instead of trying to build a civil and civic society where there are rule of laws, where people are being uh, informed to be behaved, to be well behaved. What kind of messaging is that where you have talks, some of them will go and smoke substances and take substances and then go and cause a lot of mayhem? It sends a wrong message. It's not good. Sponsoring people to go and attack other people in other countries, they should remember that these other countries they are not Nigeria. If you go to Europe and other countries, and now be attacking people, you may just be branded as something, and all those are involved will be rounded up. So that shouldn't be the case. The governor, there were a lot of reservations people had about Governor Okpebholo, about the way he talks and all of that. There are some signs that there are things I saw that he can actually do some good, Governor Okpebholo. Like when there was a unfortunate unaliving of travelers who were coming to the north in Edo State, and they were unalived and all of that. When that incident took place, I loved the way Governor Okpebholo took charge, going to the community, coming to the north. He has stayed in the north before. He can speak some Hausa and all that. I love the way he went about it. With the fact that somebody is not well spoken, not well polished in what he says, doesn't mean that the person can't really perform, right? He may have some challenges in understanding some technicalities, some technical stuff. And that is why you have people working with you. That is why you appoint commissioners with expertise in various fields. That's why you have aides with expertise in various fields. And that is why if you're a good leader, you know how to delegate duties to the best of hands, and you now listen. Governor Okpebholo should be doing more of listening, learning on the job if you like, and trying to focus on the things he can do for the Edo people. There's no need of, the other time he was threatening Peter Obi not to come to the state. Is that really what he should be focusing on? Threatening the former governor. If there are things that the former governor did, if there are issues of corruption and all that, it's not him that will handle it. You have the EFCC there. If the current Edo State government, if you find certain things, certain funds were misappropriated and that, report to the EFCC. The EFCC should take it up. Report to the ICPC. The ICPC can take it up. Then you have the Edo State House of Assembly that can also carry out investigations into if there are some things that were not done right. The Edo State House of Assembly can do that. It's not the state governor that would carry out investigation or do something about it. He has to, when he finds something, he has to report to the judiciary, reports to EFCC and all that, the law enforcement. He has to report to the State House of Assembly, who are constitutionally mandated to carry out some of all these investigations. His focus should be on governance, on what he can do for the state. Talking about 2027 elections, how he's going to deliver votes and all that. It's unfortunate that in Nigeria, politicians just think of, the next election. Whereas what is supposed to be as a governor of a state, you're supposed to do a lot that at the end of when you are seeking for re-election, people will come out and support you. Remember Governor Fashola of Lagos State? During Fashola's first term as governor of Lagos State, he did so much. He transformed Lagos State. I witnessed it. The times I used to go to Lagos when I was on break from school, I witnessed it. And then when he wanted to go for second term, it was reported then that his benefactor, the former governor and now the current president, Tinubu, did not want to support his re-election. That because of his popularity and because of what he did, the people of Lagos, they stood firm that they want him to go for second term. And Obaseki won second term based on the popularity of the things he did. It was because of that popularity, even when some forces didn't want him to go for election, Fashola became second term governor. He did well as governor. He's one of the most outstanding governors in the history of Nigeria, Governor Fashola. Another governor that I see that did so well is Governor Kwankwaso during his second term as governor of Kano State. Though his first and second term was not continuous, there was a break of 8 years between his first and second term. I experienced his second term in Kano State, and he did so well. If you live in a state where the governor is performing, you will know. When you see construction, when you see workings, you will not be saying that what are the previous governors been doing, or what are other governors doing. If you see a state where the governor is working, if you see workings, you will know. And it's those workings that will make people say, let's support you for another term, or let's support you for whatever next place or next position you want to run for. It should be on the basis of your performance that will make people support you for another election, that make people support the candidates you are rooting for. So President Tinubu wants to go for re-election. He has suspended fuel subsidy. He makes the case that he has saved a lot of money and they are sharing more money with FAC. The president should try pressure these governors. Talk to these governors. They are APC governor. Okpebholo is APC governor. Tell them to focus on using the increased allocation they are getting to do work for the people. Let the people feel the impact of good governance. Let the people feel the impact of the increased allocation that is coming to those states. That should be the focus. Not on just politics. Not on just politics. What legacy do you want to leave as a governor of a state? What legacy? You want to leave the legacy like the legacy of Fashola in Lagos State, or Kwankwaso in Kano State, the legacy of Peter Obi in Anambra State? You want to leave those legacy where people would look back and say, when this man was governor, this is what he did, this is what he did. Or you want to lead a legacy of touts and thuggery and violence and say, I'm the sheriff, I'm the new sheriff in town, I'm the one in power. Power is transient. You are governor today, tomorrow you will not be governor. You are president today, tomorrow you will not be president. The legacy you leave is what you were able to accomplish. When you had the power, what did you do with it? What did you accomplish with the power you have? And what impact did you have on the lives of the citizenry? What impact did you have? Those are the key things. So Governor Okpebholo, please focus on governance. Focus on governance. Focus on helping. Edo State is close to my heart. It's a place I schooled, for many years. And so I really, my heart aches, seeing the news of what's the interviews he gives and what is happening in Edo State. And I just hope and pray for the best for the state. However he got in, Supreme Court has said he's the governor. So now what can be done is the president should talk to him. The APC chieftain that helped him to become governor, former governor and current senator Adams Oshomole, he should talk to the governor Oshomole, when you were governor, at least you did things, you showed workings, and such that when you were going for re-election, in the weight of what you have done, people voted for you and struggled for you, you know. So talk to the governor to focus on governance and leave. He's not a talker, he's not somebody who talks, so he shouldn't be talking so much, and he shouldn't be sponsoring violence in and within Edo State and outside Edo State and outside the country. He shouldn't. So in this instance, what Obaseki is saying is in order. But I don't support what Obaseki is saying that he's going to. No. Two wrongs don't make a right. If, as Obaseki said, those who live by the sword will die by the sword or something like that, Obaseki should not be thinking of violence. What he said that he has kept quiet, I think he should still keep quiet and allow what. But it's just that the governor of Edo State should not be sponsoring people to attack Obaseki. The best way if he wants to cause any problem for Obaseki, is to find out things that are borders on corruption, report it to EFCC, report it to the appropriate authorities, and let them deal with Obaseki. That is the best thing. There's no need to sponsor people to go and slap people or attack people. There's no need for that. If Obaseki should go back to Edo State, leave him. He's a private citizen. Leave him. You do your work as governor. If you are doing your work as governor, people will now look at what you did and say, this governor has really done well, better than his predecessor. The workings will now be what people will now look at to praise you and be your legacy, and not a legacy of violence, because violence breeds more violence, and violence is no good. If you are a state government, sponsoring violence will not help. It sets a bad example. It sets a bad example for the younger ones, the youths are coming up, who see that the only way to be relevant is to engage in such violence. But as a state that prides itself in higher education, in professionalism and all that, that shouldn't be the case. The governor, get good people around you to give you good advice, and focus on governance. Focus on how you can help the Edo State people for things to be better. There are insecurity challenges around Edo State as it is across many other states in Nigeria. Focus on providing security for your people. Focus on that and leave this demeaning and debasing and unnecessary and insulting things that doesn't speak well for him and doesn't speak well for the state that he has been elected to serve. I wish the people of Edo State the best and hope that things turn out well for the people of Edo State.